We everywhere. I don't know how y'all feel about that thing. I don't like that situation with baby Ellie. I don't like that at all. That ain't a good deal. Yeah, that's not a good deal, man. That whole situation with baby Ellie, man, it. The shit done weirded me out, to tell you the damn truth. I'm weirded the fuck out, y'all. I can't even, you know what I'm saying, put that shit in words, man. I'm like, I ain't even think people just did shit like what the fuck. Hold for a second, family. Man. I don't even know what to say. I do know what to say about that situation because I definitely don't feel like any child should be taken advantage of, especially sexually abused. But even more so, I'm somewhat at a loss of words, for the parents. Most notably, Velvet. A lot of people was asking, why didn't the mother, do anything? Then there were people that were even asking the question and saying, why didn't she say anything if in fact that she did know? There's a lot of questions, within all of this. I don't think that there's just a single live stream that'll be able to sum up these recent chain of events that we done heard, but it is a sad case. I don't think that there's anybody that would want for a child to have to undergo this type of abuse, if abuse would even be a befitting term to all of this right here. I think, just by, loosely talking about it right now, I'm one of the people that definitely want to see some type of justice, for the child, man. Like, this is kind of weird to me, man. It's weird to me how people normalize this situation and act as if that, this is nothing. No, this is something. This actually involved a child that can't speak up for themselves. The involvement with this child, of course, we have adults that were present. We don't really have an identifiable method, to say which adult actually did what, but we do know that some things did happen. Of course, we can make recollection of True, the things that True said, about his sisters. We can also, make reference to the things that even Caliber said. Then we can't take away, from noticing, what I'm saying, when Aya, what I'm saying, said some things or whatever before about when she was pregnant and then she wasn't pregnant, and people speculating about certain things that took place. Now, despite all of the children that have been in or around carbonation, because there is only a few, but out of all of the children, now we're hearing about the signs of abuse with baby Ellie. This is very, and when I say very serious, I'm guessing, thinking, that's why Nature Boy done switched up to Airbnb. I'm guessing and I'm thinking that would be the reason why that his ass is on the run. I'm pretty sure that Mama Wanda has called the authorities. Yeah, that's why he had to go ahead and then bounce. Like, it's that type of situation now. So despite what type of story or narrative that he try to put out on social media, the main thing right now is identifying him as being a suspect in the violation of his child. And the reason why I'm saying him, because he's somewhat of, as he stated in times past, that he is in fact not only of the cult, but he is the cult leader. So yeah, this does hold him liable for what has taken place to this child. I wouldn't want this to take place with your child, your cousin, your niece, your nephew. I wouldn't want to hear about any child being sexually violated. This is what we heard. That's why I'm on here now. I'm still just cruising around, checking out different spots right now. Yeah, I'm checking out different spots because we all took notice of on how non-quick that Mr. Garcia was, even with responding to the things that were taking place in his Airbnb. Who's to even say that there's not a connectivity there with him giving some assistance with them finding a new Airbnb to get away from all of the stuff that's going on. If the guy didn't have anything, if he wasn't guilty, it wouldn't even be a reason for him to run. If all this stuff that people are just saying wasn't true, then he'd still be where he was, at the time. But now we see this drunken rant. Of course he feeling himself right now. He was talking to a guy a little earlier. He had on a couple chains on. He was whole Babylonian out. Nature Boy had on like 3 chains too, and he was telling the guy, you know what I'm saying, about, how he was, a god, a king, and all this stuff or whatever. Never once did he mention what was being stated today during the live stream on the panel. Shout out to Mama Wanda. Shout out to the panelists that came up. Shout out to Bossy. Shout out to Nelly. Like, straight up, I appreciate y'all for real. And like I say, when we do have those panelists come up, we want to get right to it. We want to get all the way right to it. And I don't think that Mama Wanda was hesitant at, any moment in time, with saying what went on. But I'm sure her, just like everyone else, pretty much thought that, Nature Boy would pull this move. Yeah, it was extremely suspicious. Yeah, that whole, I'm going to call that a confrontation. I don't even want to call that just somebody being in somebody's live stream. That was beyond confrontational. Yeah, like how the Cheetahs music be sounding in the background. Yeah, it was beyond confrontational. Yeah, it's beyond confrontational. And I look at all of these events, man, especially how when she was saying what she said to him, take note and hence think about it. When Candy pulled up on Nature Boy and said what she said to him about his past, that opened up the damn floodgate. But of course you seen how nonchalant, unfazed to a degree that Clubfoot was, but he did respond, but he didn't fire, right back at Candy, because I think he wanted to hear how much that she knew. Just as with Mama Wanda, when she was telling him about his child that had been sexually abused, he was simply saying, no, this did not happen. I'm just like, how you just going, this did not happen type of shit. We done heard about what the hell done happened. Now you just saying the shit just didn't happen or whatever. That's weird to me. Okay, peace and love. What's going on?
Hello, peace and love. How you doing?
Hey, I just report on this shit. What's going on with it?
Oh my God! When I heard that, do you know I was so sick to my stomach that I threw up. The way that lady was describing what happened to that baby, and then I don't see no reason for her to lie. But Velvet would have to know if she's bathing her daughter, or even if Velvet's mother is bathing the daughter and changing the daughter. How would y'all not know that? How would it take for this lady to have the baby to recognize this, and why would she lie about something like this? Like, I don't put nothing past nobody, but deep in my heart I don't believe that lady is lying at
What
all.
I mean, when a person tell a
Velvet,
lie on you, that's one thing. That would be a mother. You know what I'm saying? A grandmother lying on a mother. You feel what I'm saying? Why would she even, make up that level of a lie right there about, her,
and
what I'm saying, about Velvet's daughter?
she went to details where she said it
Oh
would be
man.
obvious if you looked at the baby. It would be, I can't even repeat it, but it would be obvious. So,
Mm.
and then before Nature Boy said that the CPS or whatever y'all call them came and checked the baby. So how long have this been going on? Was it in carbonation? Was it around her boyfriend? Where has the mom husband been? Do Velvet mother husband work? I don't know him. I'm not trying to put him in nothing, but everybody is suspect at this point, even Velvet.
You're right.
And then the mom, I'm sorry, I don't want to be disrespectful, but for the mom to say that she don't want to protect her granddaughter because she don't want to fight with Velvet, this is something serious. Molestation for a baby. Fight with her, fuck fighting with her. Why wouldn't you? If you know that this is going on, when I heard Wanda say she called her, and Velvet mother pretty much agreed and knew what was going on. Why wouldn't you, if you want to protect your granddaughter? Why wouldn't you call the cops? Why wouldn't you take that baby, fight with her, fuck that, get that baby checked? You so scared to fight. Like, who is Velvet to be scared of? You so scared to fight with her that you're not going to protect your grandchild when it's something so serious going on. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand exactly what you're saying, but I have seen those type of situations before in my hood before. I've seen women that fought their mother before. I've seen it play out, and I've seen that the DNA of the child, you know what I'm saying, and of on how that the child will be so much like the parent. You know that energy, that younger version, you know, of
But
that
girl,
same anger
hold
and
on.
everything that came along with it.
Have you also seen mothers that abuse their childs because they look just like the daddy that they
I,
hate
I
so much
I
too,
do,
right?
and I didn't finish, and that's what I was going into, and what I'm saying about
I'm
that
sorry.
same energy. You know what I'm saying? Being a female, she knows exactly what that level of, you know what I'm saying, female energy is, and being that she does have, you know what I'm saying, a hell of a lot of features, you know, more of her father than what she does her mother. That could be, you know, at a younger age when her mother had expressed, you know, those feelings towards her only because of her dislike, her anger, and you know things possibly that her and you know Velvet's father, you know, could have you know went through, but that doesn't have anything to do with this present day and time right now and the relationship between a mother, you know what I'm saying, and a daughter, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, I think that you know how like if you got a strict if you grow up with strict parents or whatever and they don't let you out and then once you hit 18 you go out and you run around. I think that what Wanda was saying about Velvet having different men and running around, I think that's kind of true because she has been under nature boy structure so much now that she's in the real world. She
Hmm.
probably don't know how to take care of a child and she probably don't know how to act. She probably even her the way she talk is different. I knew something was off about her,
Hold
but she
on,
probably
I'm struggling to hear you. Like wherever you at is real loud. It's a lot of stuff going on. Like I
okay,
don't. Where you
outside. Let
at?
me see.
Like are you in a car or something?
No, hold on.
Okay, it's real loud.
I'm pause my TV. Can you hear me better now?
Okay, I can hear you perfectly now.
Yeah, like her whole how could I explain it? It's like not like I said, when you keep a child sheltered for so long and once they kind of get in the real world, they do just run around and they get into drugs and sex and all that crazy stuff. That's what kind of what Wanda was explaining about Velvet. That's putting me in the mind of that now she's not under any structure and she don't want to listen to anybody, that she is running around and that it is more about her than that baby because
I get that.
why would she want to leave her mother's house because we thought her mother was enabling her. Now they're saying is Mr. Marquez wanting the fame and all that. Do you believe that?
I can, you know what? And when I heard that, you know, I really have to give deep thought, you know what I'm saying, to that. But I can see some signs of that because originally Velvet was supposed to be at, you know, the party was supposed to be held at Mama Wanda's house. And then, you know, with the cancellation of the party, which Mama Wanda already seen as a red flag, then Velvet just, you know, mysteriously showed up after people had you know, made a whole live trip, you know, to go, you know, attend the birthday party. Velvet just showed up on live with her father and his wife and just the baby. Just that was the only people that was there. You know, so you got to think about this now. You know what she's saying is kind of leaning towards that area right now, like that the people who have in fact been enabling just may be her father.
But how
It
when
may
she
just
was
be
running
him.
from her father at first, she Miss Wanda
But you
had it
got
mixed up. Remember, she was
right,
running
but
from
then
her father.
think about this though. Think about how many times that she done went to her father, right? Only because she may have felt like she couldn't go to her mother. See, it was in my opinion, I feel like that, you know, there was order, there was structure, you know, in Selena's home as opposed to, you know, Mr. Marquez basically just, you know, saying, well, you know, I got to be there for my daughter and stuff, you know, which we all, you know, seen what he did on camera going to Mexico and stuff. But I kind of strongly feel like, you know, what they say about daddy's little girl and then mama's boy. Yeah, I'm leaning, you know what I'm saying? I'm leaning further in that direction right now as to what it possibly could be.
I think the bottom line to it, well, there is no bottom line, but I think Velvet is just as bad as Nature Boy. I don't care. I think, like somebody else was saying, if he wasn't polygamous, I think she'd be still over there down with the shits. I think she's just as bad as him, and she's trying to pull wool over people's eyes. She's trying to finesse, and she's full of it. She's definitely full of it. Cause why she's saying she don't need help, girl? You do need help. You need psychological help. You've been through so much. It's not right. Whatever it is, I hope that the baby get help. We get to the bottom of this because this is crazy. So
Yeah, it
what
is
have
crazy.
Nature Boy had to say about anything? Because he speak on everything else. I know he watched.
Well,
He
he just,
watched.
he relocated, his Airbnb, and he was a shade bit Jaquan tipsy, talking to another guy, another enabler, of his actions. He was talking to that guy that looks up to him. I ain't heard pretty much too much other than, him making an attempt to debunk what Mama Wanda was saying in reference to what happened to his daughter. Like those are not questions you ask somebody online. You don't keep saying stuff like what make you think this and that. If somebody's telling you that about your daughter, adamantly, just instantaneously at the time, you drop everything to see what's going on with
Facts.
the welfare of your child.
Facts. That's for sure. And then I think I heard Mama Wanda said when the baby heard Baba G, she said no and started crying. So that like you
Right.
can't ignore the signs. Like you cannot
Wow.
ignore the signs. But whoever
What little
whoever
girl, what little girl hears made mention of her father, her daddy's nickname, so to say, or a name that everybody calls her daddy father, and then starts crying and starts saying, no, 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 no. Like, think about that. How weird is that?
what little child have touches themselves. Like it's like it's something that's been going on to where she thinks it's okay. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? Something recently, it's something that's been going on, and Velvet, instead of her trying to fight and think people hating on her and trying to control her life, she need to get to the bottom of this because she fucking knows something going on.
Oh,
Because that
yeah.
lady Wanda ain't fucking about to go on all around the world just lying in details like that.
You feel me? Like, what would be the purpose for that? That's how you know. That's how you know that something is cameo strange right now. I would want if I was a father and this was going on, this level of negligence with the mother of my child was taking place. I definitely would want somebody, to step in and at least, you know what I'm saying, make this known that this is the type of activity that's going on. But all of this goes back to him. All of this stuff goes back to carbonation and all of the people that this child has been around. Think about it.
Yeah, like you said, it might be something he got over all of them because no matter what, when everybody leaves, they still try to protect them to extent. Even the siblings, the Natarians, the all of them, the keys, like it still be something there where they still be trying to protect them. So maybe he do got something on everybody to where nobody's trying to bring him down because they could have been brought him down. And like Velvet never called you for the address. She trying to,
Right.
Lil Mari acting like she want a divorce and all this and that, but she's
Right.
not really trying to fight. She ain't really trying to do nothing. She just attention seek. Like you said, it's a movie. It's a script. It's a whole bunch of attention seeking bullshit to finesse the people out of their fucking money. She learned from the best. That's who she been around. So best to believe she's the female nature boy.
Well, the question that you asked me about what I thought about, on whether or not if I thought that, what I'm saying, the father was a part of, any of this stuff, if I thought it was a script. I mean, you just pretty much answered that, don't you think?
What? What? How did I answer that?
I mean, because you just pretty much said what it was. You said that it's a script. You said what they're
Oh
doing for the money.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
pretty much answered that part, Or am I hearing it, or did I hear it wrong?
yeah. No. You heard it right. You
Okay,
heard it right. You heard it
I'm
right.
just checking. Was there anything else about
It
this
killed
that?
me. It
Uh
killed
huh.
me about the bloggers that want to come at you saying mind your business, but it takes a village and a community. It's crazy because if we wasn't saying nothing, they'd be like, nobody's there for us. Nobody has our back. The men aren't speaking up. But when you got the men speaking up, they want to silence you. Leave the kids out of it. Leave this. But shit like this is going on. and it needs to be out. Like you got that other little boy over there, other babies. Who knows what's going on with these kids? And now he's trying to lie and say the kids can't be shown anymore. There's a reason, because you know he used them kids to make coins. So there's a reason, and it's so much. It's so much. I just hope that that baby is okay, because it's not right. It's
So
not
what?
right.
So what idea do you have in reference to the male child, Jahumi, that's there, and what could be taking place with him? Has that ever, has
That
that
baby
ran
is
across your
in
mind?
danger. That baby is in danger. That baby is not being taken care of. That baby is in danger. That baby needs medical help, and that baby, they need to take that baby. That baby is in danger, and Zoka baby, because anybody that can be around a man that, call your baby a demon. It was a story a long time ago where the lady said she brought her child and they was hitting on her child and mistreating them and all kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Only person that was getting treated fairly like a princess was Eliana, and that's because that's his property. How the fuck you call your child your property? That's because he looks at Eliana like his wife and his property. Like, come on, read between the lines. Like, he tell on himself, and the shit that he say is off the fucking wall.
Yeah, he done said some pretty far fetched stuff, but I don't think anything was far fetched about what we heard today. Like I said, I don't think anybody's just gonna come online and volunteer that type of information. I think this is somebody that definitely don't or didn't want to see the child in that predicament, in that situation. That's why we're all tuned in now, because we know that this is strange. Like, we know that this is bad. Unfortunately, there are people who at one time didn't feel as if that it was that important. But this is a child that we're talking about, not an adult. This is a
It's a
child.
child, and
Okay.
she said the baby has a permanent open to where if you changing this baby, you're gonna see. So Velvet's seen that. Velvet knows.
Wow.
Velvet
How couldn't you
knows.
see that? How could, so when you take a baby a bath, you just don't, pay attention to the private part? I mean, at least look like, just to make sure everything's okay. No
Yeah,
bumps or
the
anything,
mother, Velvet mother saying she's playing inside of herself. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, well, like I say, I have heard, cases of children who patternized themselves and did things after seeing their parents do them, but I can't say that this is the worst that I've heard thus far. I think like in those magazines, The Star, The Sun, with celebrities and stuff in there when stuff like this happen, I think that, at times they're even paid not to go too deep into detail. Mama Wanda didn't go too deep into detail, but what she explained was enough for all of us to know that this child is being sexually abused.
Definitely, because I was sick to my stomach. So did I hear right that she said that Velvet father was telling her to go back to carbonation?
To a
That's why
degree,
she. Wow.
to a degree. That's what, hey, right. And that's my thing. And that's when she was saying the stuff about, that she stand on, that Pop and his wife, pretty much just want this to continue. And just like the sister that's in the chat, Giselle was saying, how wouldn't a person think that somebody who has law enforcement experience and affiliations as Pop Marquez not have the ability to be able to make these connections, to be able to look deeper into what's going on with his granddaughter, and to possibly, bring this clown, nasty nuts, nature boy to justice. You feel me? So think about that.
Yeah. Well, when he get to running, he running from something. So it's something going on.
Oh yeah, that's a whole fact.
Well,
Well, I appreciate you calling in. If there's
okay.
anything else that come to mind while I'm live, man, tap back in with me.
Okay. You stay blessed.
Thank you as well. Bless.
Bye.
Nothing but blessings. Nothing but blessings, yo. Great caller. Let me see who else up in the building. Uh-oh. Hey, True, I think Jana coming up here. I don't know if she got time, but True, you be able to get your rocks off. You hear me, True? Okay, there she go, True. Hey, hey, peace. How are you? That's her, True.
Oh, knock it off. How I
Yeah, you
turn
gotta
this
pull the camera
camera
back a
off?
little bit so True can see you. He be wanting to see you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He only get to see you through my live when you on the live with me and stuff. You feel me?
How I turn
Okay.
this camera off?
Okay, you can't.
For real?
You can't. You gotta set it up or set it face down, and it'll point
I'm gonna
straight
set it
up.
like that.
Okay. True, you seen
Okay.
her. All right, black hat on you, True. You want to say something about all this stuff, Jana? Or was you tuning in today? Did you hear what was going on with
Yeah,
baby
you know
Eliana?
what? Yeah, I tuned in. I tuned in a little bit. I just wanted to just catch you before I had a little break real quick. But I just want to say, like, you know, the crazy thing, bro. Like, the sad part is, like, I'm not trying to take up for Eliana. I mean Velvet, because at the end of the day, for the longest time, like, I didn't like a lot of the stuff that she was doing herself. You know what I'm saying? Just on the outside looking in.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, we have to really look at how 50 be doing stuff. Like, he, I'm talking about as far as her, going back and forth between her parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the cause of that. When you separate people from their family, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does this with everybody. Like, he's gonna trip them up about their mothers separately, about their fathers separately. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, she's not gonna know who to trust. I just feel like, it's still sad how she doing stuff, because she could talk about everybody else, but at the end of the day, she's on social media, she's doing stuff that she has no business doing either. If you leaving your child for 4 or 5 days, that doesn't make any sense. But at the same time, I can understand where a person can be kind of like shell shocked in the whole experience, but at the same time, it's like you're not keeping it enough. Like, you got to keep it a little bit more real, Velvet. But at the same time, it's sad because 50, you know what I'm saying? He brainwashes them about their family, and he'll do it with each member of their family. He'll get all the information that he needs. And so you're not gonna know who to trust. You're gonna first, when you get back home, you ain't gonna like your mama, you ain't gonna like your daddy, you ain't gonna like this person, you ain't gonna like that person. Everybody a damn demon. You're not gonna know who to talk to. Uh-oh.
Uh oh, True. You got another peak, True. You got another one, True. Yeah. He's sitting waiting now. Yeah, you're exactly right though. But at the same time with her and not having anybody to trust, I think she pretty much done pulled this stunt on more than one occasion. It's pretty like worn out now. It's long drawn out. The only thing now with the new developments is of on how shocking, startling, to find out about, Nature Boy's daughter and of on how that she's been sexually abused.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just so sad. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, but if that was you and you was keeping your home, excuse me, but if you were keeping, what I'm saying, your home girl's daughter, she had to do some stuff. She done been out of work and stuff. She trying to get herself back together. So she going to an interview, and then she got somebody that's gonna braid her hair before the interview, and then she got to grab some groceries from Walmart. Give or take, that'll be about 4 or 5 hours, probably even 6 or whatnot. Now, what would you do if the child defecated, pooed it in the pamper, and you went to clean up the poop in the pamper, and then you seen what looked like a Coke bottle top, you see a private parts open like that. What's your first thought? I mean, like, what do you do about that?
That's scary. And it's sad because it seems like she's still a little bit on the defense mode, which, like I said, it's understandable, but yet, like you saying, it's too much. You cannot expect for people to see things like that, and then you're like all on them. You know what I'm saying? So only thing a person could do is then be like, okay, so what's going on? They're gonna just yell to whoever they can, yell to, because the parent want to sit there and not take responsibility. And like I said, it's like, it's hard because it's like on one end, it's like she left, and even though we've seen her leave 10 million times, she did leave, but I don't know. It's so dang hard, but it's like at the end of the day, like it's gonna come to the light.
I just don't think that I would hear anything like that about you or anybody in this chat in reference to, leaving their daughter with someone and the person that has to change your daughter's pamper, discover something like this that has obviously been swept up under the rug.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't have been able to sleep on the rug, but I'm pretty sure, Mama Wanda probably tried, already tried to come to her like she said she did, and Velvet was so defensive. You know what I'm saying? And when a person is defensive for whatever reason, they so defensive like that, like you can't even get a word out edgewise. She couldn't even, you know what I'm saying? You can't even really grill the person like, you know what I'm saying? But and that's exactly what I would do. I would be like, okay, well, fine. I'm gonna use my social media platform to talk about the problem, and that's what's being done right now. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That is a problem. Period. So, but it's gonna like we're gonna figure out who did it. I don't know.
And it's crazy because Mama Wanda even said that before, like I interviewed her like a damn near a year ago. And that's one of the things that she was talking about, speaking out and speaking up, being an advocate for the abused. It just so happens that the abused this time happens to be a child, and it's sexual abuse, what makes it far more sinister. The reality of all of this after seeing these people online right now is mind boggling to us all. How can you be drinking wine online, talking about a whole bunch of nothingness, and somebody already stated that this is going on with your child? How can you disregard that? How can you act like that this stuff didn't happen? And why would the mother, of your child be carrying on to the point that she feels as if a photo shoot is more important than calling and checking on her child that she left with somebody else that she met on social media?
Right. Yeah. Now that was crazy in itself. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like, she nobody's being honest enough. That's a fact. We can, okay, it's like, on one end, yes, we can commend you for leaving, but we've seen you do that before. You know what I'm saying? Something else has to give. You know what I'm saying? Something else has to give.
Somebody
Nobody,
put
it's
it.
like you saying, you got her dad over here,
Hmm.
on Bigo, still, punking Malia, like you said, drinking wine, and you got her
Right.
mom over here doing videos. If
And,
you
and
know
see, and
something is
see,
going wrong, why are you doing a video?
okay, now what you just said, now I'm going to point out the deflection and I'm going to see on whether or not if you can catch it. Okay. Just the other day, all of that stuff that went on inside of the van with Malia, the possibility of Malia being pregnant, the possibility of her getting beat up and, even more so her getting put in the closet. How is that to deflect away from what was going on with baby Eliana? Now Seven is there and all this stuff. Like, you see how he like steady be trying to like create bigger stories using psyops so people can't zero in on this sexual abuse on a child.
Exactly.
On a child. You
Yeah.
see you see this stuff,
Wow.
right?
Yep. He sure does.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
He sure
Interesting.
does.
Deflection 101. Well, like I said, I
Wow.
appreciate you calling in too, Jana.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
bro.
I'm
Okay.
gonna see.
All right. Tune in later. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, bet. 9 times out of 10, we'll be on the big old Jim Jank to the Jim Jank.
Okay.
All right, bet. Man, shout out to Jana. True, that was your one opportunity right there, man. You kind of struck out on that one, man. But it is what it is, though. Ah, man, True. Damn, True, you struck out on that one, man. Peace, sister. How are you?
Yes, peace, peace. Listen, I just listened to the beginning of Mama Wanda,
Okay.
some of the stuff she said, so now
Uh
I
huh.
have overstanding. I
Right.
want to I want to touch on something Mama Wanda said that flags with me. She said that Velvet is very afraid. I think the reason why Velvet is dancing around a lot of stuff is because Velvet, whatever happened, Velvet had a lot to do with it. So if she actually speak out, go to the police on 50, it will be incriminating her also. So this is why she may not speak out. You know how she go around and say, I'm gonna tell this and I'm gonna tell that, but she never really get to the nitty gritty of it because Velvet played a part in all of that stuff too.
Mm. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. I got to step off for a second, but go ahead. I'm
Right.
listening to you.
So I'm just saying, and I wanna say something else real quick. I want to ask everyone, the family, when it comes to Velvet mother, and no disrespect, some of us originally thought, like me, that Velvet Mother paid a very big part in a lot of this. Now that we hear from Wanda that Velvet Mother is actually been trying to help Velvet, do you all still feel that same way as you may have felt when we thought Velvet Mother was a part of a lot of this? Because I'm going to say, for me, I still do. Maybe not directly, but I feel indirectly by making it easy for Velvet to come back and just do whatever Velvet wants to do. I'm not a parent, but I have a lot of cousins that I babysit, and I noticed something with some parents. If you make it easy in life for your children, you could be raising a monster when they get a certain age. And then when that parent realizes, oh shit, what the hell I did? This dude, he's 40 and he's still living in my basement. You got to get up out of my house. So now that parents or those parents is trying to do the things that they should have did when he was young. They trying to get him up out of there, but he ain't going. He 40 some years old. He have his own mind. He used to being lazy. So now he's going to be lazy forever. And a lot of parents do this to their children. And this is what I was saying about all of these misfits over there. All of these people that go to Carbon Nation, they was doing the exact same thing when they were home with their family. They probably were going to college, but they probably wasn't really taking it serious. So I mean, it's like this. It's a saying, and it's like, I can't really word for word it, but I'm just going to say it like this. If you sitting around not doing nothing, you have a lot of time to do negative nothing. But if your ass is working, if you're working, you going to school, you don't have time to be on the internet like that, because your ass got to go to work, because you got to pay that cable bill, because you want to play that PlayStation, and you know your mama ain't going to pay it, so you got to pay it.
So let me ask you this. So what do you think with the situation, like, at a whole, you know what I'm saying, with Velvet? Like, despite whatever the fuck done happen, I mean, like, we talking about the baby now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what do you think about this shit, yo?
I think that baby was touched. That baby was played with. That the baby may not have been inserted, but you don't have to insert to sexually abuse somebody. You can just blow on the vagina or that little baby penis. That is sexual abuse. You can use objects for Mama Wanda to say that baby private part was that wide. That means something was put in that baby. Something was put in that baby.
That's fucked up.
But it could stretch. That baby, the baby 2 years old now. It's not time for that baby but parts to be stretched.
It's some adults. There's women, full grown women. You feel what I'm saying? Like, straight up, who shit don't look like that.
There's many cases. You got I forgot the name for it. You got women who sexually abuse. I mean, not to bring it up, but that's who abused all of R. Kelly's brothers and sisters. His older sister played with them, had sex with them. So we can't say it was just a man. It could have been various. It could have been the females too. And another thing is, let's say, for instance, baby Ileana, she haven't been penetrated, but the fact that she witnessed you having sex. While holding her, she witnessed. Can you imagine somebody holding me, and I see these figures doing stuff, and just like kids, the Creator give all of us that feeling when something not right. Everybody get that. Even animals have that. You know, that energy where, ooh, this don't feel right.
That's that innate instinct. That's all that is right there.
Okay, yeah. But we
but
all
for
have
people,
that.
but for people that don't feel like anything that's wrong, that just shows you how much that they suppress things. See, this been going on for a while with this
Well,
child.
that's another thing. Then I'm not talking about those crazy people who lack emotions and those sadists. You know, this is a baby. So we don't, and like baby Jahumi, he could be going through worse. He's still over there, and we don't know if he's healthy. We really don't know. We only see we see him moving around. I saw the little video a while back that you put up when he was dancing, and I was like, oh, okay, so he does move. He was jamming on that music. I was like, go baby, go baby. But we have not heard him. We don't hear him talk. We don't know if he know how to get sentenced. We still don't know if he's slow. If
Well,
he has a peach impediment, you know what I'm saying? We still
yeah,
can't.
but
We
see,
don't know.
we can't expect any of that because and that's what I'm saying. Like, don't go away from it because that's not something that we seen in carbonation. Like, they're not instilling the children, with, to be able to help increase their motor skills, playing with blocks and,
Right.
looking at, writing 1, 2, 3 and ABC. They're not doing that, So of course we know that none of this is happening. But the things now, that we're looking at, not to speculate, but only just running, with the idea of even further abuse to this male child, little Jahumi, because
Right.
there has to have been something that got him to the point where he's not as vocal as of on what a normal child would be. Even children that I've noticed that are not as talkative as others still will speak out, will holler, will make a noise, will do something to get some attention. That's not a child on earth that doesn't want some attention, okay? Whether adult child or, child itself. So we got to look at, what was it? Well, I mean, it had to be something that startled him. And then think about what Mama Wanda said about, baby Eliana when she was saying, well, do you want the bottle? Do you want to eat? You want some of your bottle? And she was saying, Baba. And then baby Eliana then comprehending that to be Baba G, or Baba, as they call Baba G. And after hearing his name, starting to cry, sense of something's going to happen. These are all direct indications of sexual violation, in my opinion.
Yeah, most definitely. And we all know, well, most of us know that your victimizer, you will start repeating and acting like your victimizer. If you've been
Mm,
victim, you trust him more than you trust, your family members. You trust the victim. The victimizer, you trust him, you protect him. You start becoming the victimizer. You start talking like him.
right. Hmm. All of this right now, what I mean? Like I say, it's all lining itself up, what I mean? It's not anything that you're saying right now that I'm in disagreement with. It's just that I'm running all of these correlations together as you mentioned them, because you really got me thinking right now. I know it's a few other people that's in the chat. I don't know if anybody did want to join the live stream. I'm trying to allow for everybody to get up in here if they wanted to say something in reference on this subject right here. If they don't, you can come back into the live stream because you're definitely hitting on some major points. I didn't get to everybody when we was on YouTube, but I know everybody gonna do the StreamYard thing too, and they'll come up in here,
Hey,
So I'll go ahead.
King Word, do we have time to speak real quick on 50 Nature Boy and that mental hospital?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, so remember when you brought up the mental hospital and then
Hmm.
you went to the clip with him going off.
Right,
Did you notice? I don't mental patients, they go back and forth. You see how they walk back and forth and they indirectly talk to himself. They rant and rave. So you notice how he was walking back and forth. They pace. That's what we call it. They pace. And when
right,
I seen that, it reminded me, because I used to work in the mental ward. I'm not gonna say no name here in New York, the famous one. They do this a lot, and they talk to you, but they not talking to you. They're really talking to that subconscious self of him, trying to they're subconsciously they're trying to make themselves believe that fantasy world. So when he was walking back and forth and he repeating stuff and he getting
Right.
all upset and he said, I'm a gorilla because I'm a real nigga. When he say that stuff, that's just that fantasy, because his ego, he got a high ego, but he's very insecure. So, and another thing, do you notice how I noticed when you were talking and you were giving your comment on how now he's wearing a watch because TK wear a watch. That's what they does. He even you. I want to tell you, believe it or not, 50 Nature Boy got mad respect for you subconsciously, because subconsciously he really wanted to have a brother like you. Either he wanted to be like you, or he wanted to have a brother like you or a friend like you. He would never say that to you. But when he always be saying, man, I got mad respect for you, he means that. The subconscious. So let me real quick go back to, now you see how he's wearing a watch because TK Capone wears a watch. Nature Boy, he copies off of everyone. Because he does not have his own identity. He doesn't know his own identity, and he doesn't know how to have his own identity because he's been lying about who he is for so long. Now he don't know who he is.
He don't know, do it. He don't
He
know.
don't know.
So look, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you come up. I'm gonna let you come back up. I'm gonna try to get another person up here. I think they said in the
Okay.
comments that Mama Wanda wanted to come up here as well. We're gonna try to keep that heat and emphasis on that baby right now because everybody know this thing ain't right. Okay, sis? And you can
All
come
right.
back up, all right?
Roll me one. Y'all have a good one. All right. Bless.
Roll up. Bless.
Yes, I need after
Uh-oh.
this.
Roll up. It's one time with the one time. It's going down, man. Giselle say she rolling up right now. Yeah. Oh, that's Sister Giselle right there, Mama Wanda. Yeah. But yeah, most definitely. I didn't know if you wanted to come up. I had seen it in the comments. People say,